his team. He's taken the team with him, and India, as they look like a totally different team, even as close to the World Cup as the Tri-Series. They weren't the same, anywhere near the same team in the Tri-Series that they've been in the World Cup. And a lot of that I put down to Dhoni. And I think it comes from the fact that the team has great belief in Dhoni. He's done this sort of thing like he did today in Auckland. He's done it so many times. He stays so calm. And I think that just rubs off on the rest of the team. And as I say, they believe in the captain. And when the players believe in the captain, good things happen, because the players make it happen, because they think, oh, this man, he can perform miracles. And because the players think that way, quite often it happens.
The captain leading from the front and also is a big match player. So one thing that I want to ask you, do you get that feeling that 6 that he hits, he does it very consciously? 9 times he's done that. No other player in the history of the tournament has won a game hitting 6 as many times. The second best, I guess, is 4, and he's at 9.
Well, yes, I think he has obviously made a habit of it. Why not? When he's confident that he has the timing, he has the power to clear the boundary, why not go for it? The bowling today, towards the end, had lost its sting. There was a little bit in it when they captured those 3 wickets at the start. But as soon as the partnership settled between Raina and Dhoni, you just suddenly realize that Zimbabwe just didn't have that extra bit to sort of give any issues or any problems to the Indian players. So yes, I think he does that. I know Virender Sehwag likes to get to 100 and a double 100 and even a triple 100 with a 6. So you know, maybe Dhoni is now trying to say that, look, he wants to finish off a match if he can, if wickets are there, and India had 6 wickets in hand, then go for a 6.
Right. In fact, MS Dhoni was asked this in the press conference. He said he has to be really sharp because the bowlers know he's looking to hit a 6. So he has to think about it. Okay, we were looking at turning points. I asked him about that drop catch of Suresh Raina. The other thing that one noticed was Mohit Sharma bowling those 2 slower balls to get Irvine and Brendan, who were looking in great form. It could have been 320. You know, do you think that was also a very important part of that game?
Yes, I think, you know, what happens is that we all have, you know, short memories. And therefore, the innings that is the last that we've seen is the one that stays in our mind. So we forget sometimes the earlier half. And Brendan Taylor's innings was absolutely fabulous, superlative, one of the best hundreds that I've seen. And yes, if he had carried on, if Mohit Sharma hadn't got him out, and then Irvine also, then maybe, as you said, Zimbabwe could have got maybe 20, 30, 40 runs more. And that would have been that much more difficult, that much more challenging, that much more testing for the Indians. So I would imagine that I'd like to give the bowler a bit of credit for that, Mohit Sharma, for the way he brought India back. Because often it happens that, you know, we've seen in the final overs particularly, from say 35th to the 50th over, India concedes a lot of runs on this trip, in this event. They haven't done that. This event, they have been able to control the flow of runs in the last 10 overs, and that's why they have played such a successful side up to now.
Right, a lot of credit needs to go to the bowlers as well. Ian, what are you making of this Indian bowling lineup? It's the only team that has got the opposition all out in all 6 occasions.
And I think that's a good part of the reason why they're containing the opposition more than most other teams, because they're continuing to take wickets. See, I said right before the tournament started that the teams that are brave in those middle overs and they look for wickets in those middle overs, they'll be, if there's more than one, obviously, they'll be the teams who are there at the end. And India has certainly done that throughout the tournament. And again, I've talked about the transformation of the team and the transformation of Dhoni. And I think, again, this goes back to Dhoni's captaincy. The bowling has also been incredibly improved from what we saw in the Tri-Series. And in the Tri-Series, they were getting hammered near the end of the innings because they weren't getting those wickets in the middle overs. So I think Mohit Sharma has made a huge difference to that attack. But I think it's also got a lot to do with the fact that Dhoni is seeking wickets all the time as a captain. He's been very proactive. And I think also that for some reason or other in the last, I don't know, 12, 18 months, at times they seem to lose faith in R. Ashwin. I've thought for a long time now that he's a very good spin bowler. And I think that India have now placed their faith in R. Ashwin. and he's bowling exceedingly well. And if you've got spinners, or in this case a spinner, who can get you some wickets in those middle overs, that's worth a lot to a team, because every time that a team has held wickets in check for those last 10-15 overs, you've seen some ridiculous scores, 350s, 400s, but where teams like India have been constantly getting wickets throughout the innings, then they're able to keep the opposition down below 300. I think any teams now at the knockout stage, the teams that can keep their opponents below 300, they're going to be the ones who've got the best chance of chasing it down and winning matches.
All right, Ian, we're running out of time. One final word from you on Brendan Taylor. We've seen a few good innings in this World Cup. Sangakkara's played a few. A.B. de Villiers has played a few. But one of the better one-day innings that you've seen?
Yeah, Brendan Taylor's been a good player for a long time, and it's rather sad that he's leaving Zimbabwe and going to play county cricket. Sad from the point of view that an international team can't, and particularly an international team of minnows that really needs every good player they've got, that they can't retain their players. That's sad.
Saibhai, one word from you. You were there at the ground today. One of, I don't know if the best innings of this World Cup, but maybe it's the top 5 of this World Cup?
Definitely, yes. Difficult to say whether it was the best inning, but the quality of the attack he faced certainly was a lot better than, say, what Zimbabwe provided to the Indians. And the circumstances in which he came into bat, 33 for 3, and again 120 for 4, the way he took the attack later on, if he hadn't got those runs, then Zimbabwe would have probably folded up for 230, 240. So, no, full marks to him. Good luck to him for his future career. And as Ian said, really, really sad that Zimbabwe is going to miss his cricket. It's a 3-year contract, hopefully having played 3 years, and for his family, and it's understandable. Hopefully he'll be able to come back to play for Zimbabwe, because at 32, he'll still have at least 4 or 5 years, if not more, to give to Zimbabwe cricket.
All right. So there was also another game today that was played between Australia and Scotland, and what that result has done is at least told us about 2 quarter-finals that are certain. The first quarter-final will be played between South Africa and Sri Lanka, and that will be played on the 18th in Sydney. The second quarter-final, India versus Bangladesh, that's confirmed in Melbourne on the 19th. But the other 2 quarter-finals, who Australia and New Zealand are going to face, is still not certain, but we'll find out very, very soon. Right, Ian Chappell, Sunny Gavaskar, thanks so much for joining us. We'll have lots more with these 2 gentlemen as India progress in this World Cup, as the important games keep coming up. We'll take a break on the show right now. Don't go anywhere. On the other side, we'll listen to Britain's Prime Minister on England getting knocked out of the World Cup.
Turning Point, presented by CardDeco.com.